So is that a frog in your pants? Or are you just happy to see me? The fact that a frog jumping down and startling Mao Mao caused this entire sequence of events to happen is sending me. The best part too is that it wasn't just like an accidental grab, a little fondle. Like she did it like 5 times. Of course I knew no matter, you could have whipped that out and slapped her in the face with it and she still would have argued, oh, where did you get a hot dog? They don't even have hot dogs at this time period, but she would have invented it. The way Mao Mao desperately looks the other way because she doesn't want trouble is hilarious. And the fact that we ended up with an argument about how adequate in size the frog was, and how Ginshi got mad that you compared it to a frog because a frog's pretty small. And then she's like, well, there's some decently large frogs out here. My man's packing heat and I respect the hustle. The biggest thing that I'm surprised by, and I'm starting to question if Ginshi is a virgin or not, because the way he busted out that leg maneuver, that's a top tier position. It's very fun. But he did that shit seamlessly. And it's not like they got unlimited internet access in this world, right? So that has to come from experience. And if that damn freaking dog didn't come and cockblock him, we would have had tongue kisses. That's all I'm saying. But if there isn't an ongoing gag going forward relating to frogs and sizes of things, that will be the biggest missed opportunity. But yeah, that's a top tier moment. That's a frog in the pants. And the squeeze, and then how he tries to admit who he is after the fact, and then she's just all up about this ox thing that's something from the gallbladder, and she's like, hey, I'm just gonna go make this concoction, and they're gonna end up married, and she'll still be ignoring who the fact that he is, in fact, the Emperor's brother. It's like, Mao Mao, you lovable, autistic little gremlin, I love you. Want to see my full thoughts though, support my work, we got the Patreon, full and cut live reactions over there exclusively. I mean, great episode. It was. I love that no matter how much she was pulling away, like he kept like, no, like this needs to be out in the open. And despite the blue balling that happened to our boy, like she first grabbed and then she kept like, she was doing the hand maneuvers and he was screaming like a little sub on the ground. And I love the fact that she's like, yes, frog, of course, because, you know what, I've already had suspicions, but I don't want to think of those suspicions because that will get me killed. I want nothing to do with the royal family and their weird shenanigans. This man is simultaneously so romantic and cringe all in one. And I think, honestly, if someone was ever going to fall in love and for Mao Mao to fall in love with right back, you need to have a little cringe with your romance because she's literally walking cringe. That whole cave scene and the fact that a frog jumping on her and startling then gave her the out of like, hey, listen, I know I grabbed the package, but it's a frog, okay? It's just like, we already knew who Ginshi was prior to the very end of the episode, right? Like they've already hinted at it, you know, in season 1, and then they more or less confirmed it, especially with the whole painting thing that went on with, you know, the previous emperor, right? It's been clear. It's just very clear that he was trying to admit to all that shit at the end of the episode to her, even if she didn't want to know about his massive frog, as he likes to put it. You know, she had nothing. She didn't want nothing to do with it. It's funny though, because while she was definitely more excited for the gift, you can't deny that she did have 2 different levels of happiness with Ginshi. Sadly for Ginshi, she seems to be more interested in arts and crafts and making concoctions than she is physical intimacy. But you can't deny that she was enjoying that side of it too. Did she, yes, to play devil's advocate, did she quickly jump up and say, we're down here at the immediate escape rope? Yes. But had the escape rope not happened, she would have just been embarrassed afterwards. It's very clear, like, he wasn't forcing himself on her against her will. It was more of she's like, damn, I'm liking this, but unfortunately this will get me into hot water and I want nothing to do with it. And I just think that's hilarious. Fantastic. I will be shooketh if they manage to make a scene more memorable than frogs with the next 12 episodes, but I believe they can pull it off if they want to, but they might want to let us simmer on that, so we'll see. They also catch the people responsible for all the shenanigans in a pretty intelligent way. Unfortunately, we had to frame a man at first, and that guy looked he looked good, but he was older in the years, and I thought he was gonna have a stroke at the thought of like, I don't know how my arrow got there, but that's not me. But the idea of like thinking you have evidence, and even the people responsible not knowing how that got there means they want to rush back and, get rid of what they actually hid, and then it exposes who's actually behind it. It's a very brilliant play, all things considered. And to be honest, with how pent up our boy Ginshi was after getting blue balled, I'm surprised he didn't curb stomp him after, being like, listen, I got fondled and I didn't finish. I need to take out some pent up aggression, damn it. That dog, though, pissed me off. I'm the type of person who, like, I'm more sad when an animal dies in media than I am a human. I just am. It's a pretty common thought, to be fair, but some people don't get it. It's just how I am. When that dog cockblocked Ginshi, though, I wished for its death. I was like, you little freaking bastard, how dare you? How dare you pull this from me? Thankfully, they did commit to the bit. I said it last week. If they commit to the bit of her learning who Ginshi is because of a frog, that's going to be the craziest shit, but I'll be pissed if they don't. And technically, they did commit to it. It's just, he could have whipped it out. He could have placed it in her hands, no clothes, and she still would have argued that it wasn't there, or that she was hallucinating on mushrooms. So at the end of the day, despite her ignorance and how she's avoiding the truth, she still knows it. It's just she didn't get to hear and like get the she now knows for sure he's not a eunuch. She may not have like the immediate forefront of, oh, this is the younger brother. She's already kind of hinted at that herself, but I love the idea that it was both confirmed and not confirmed, but it still progresses them further, even if she's trying to play ignorant, which that can only go on for so long. At the same time, they could end up married and she would still pretend not to know who he is or that he's packing a mean frog. But still, in Ginshi and Mao Mao do we trust these lovable, cringy idiots? You let me know what you thought down below, because, they've been hearing about goddamn frogs for far too long, and the fact that a frog is what was responsible for the frog fondling that we just witnessed is insane work. But, Jinshi's facial animation when he was on the ground getting his frog fondled is, that was ultimate sub behavior. And I thought that was hilarious. Let me know your thoughts down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new around here. Of course, ring that bell. Like I mentioned, full live reactions over on Patreon. And hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. So today we got Flavdorks 414, Wen2X, Drift, Ukando Itsuzi, and we also have Andrew Hogman. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. And make sure you get your frogs fondled safely. Have a good one.